if there's any trouble.
Yeah, so Miss Daisy, I be honking.
If you have plans for a calm, quiet evening...
Cover your ears. Hey, should we get a dog?
It's time to kiss them all good night. Gina Davis, Samuel L. Jackson, The Long Kiss Goodnight, directed by Rennie Harlan.
We are talking about The Long Kiss Goodnight, and we did this movie because, one, it's awesome, but two, Lamar hadn't seen it yet. So Lamar, since we watched this because of you mostly, what did you think of this movie?
Hold on, because I really liked it, but I don't want to give the wrong rating that I gave it.
I was looking for your rating. I couldn't find it.
I think I rated it. I think. Either way it goes, I really liked it. I'll find the stars I gave it, but I know this shit is good. It's Samuel Jackson in his prime. Like, how could you go wrong? I like Gina Davis too, though.
Yeah, I don't know if you would agree, but I think this is like one of his best characters out of all the characters he's played. This is like top. Because I watched it last night. I've seen it many times, but watching it last night, I was cracking up at a lot of stuff he was saying, like I hadn't seen it before. Like our dad does all the time when he laughs at something like he heard it for the first time. Like
best character, that's kind of hard to, because a lot of his characters are close to the same. A lot of them.
I'll say this is a good one. This is a good character that Samuel Jackson plays. But to me, what stands out more is Pulp Fiction or Die Hard. But that's because I didn't really watch this movie growing up. So I don't know if that could play a big role in how somebody feels about watching Samuel Jackson and Long Kiss Goodnight.
It's like when you say Pulp Fiction, do you say like Jackie Brown? It's like he got so many characters. It's like him, but he does it a little different in every one.
Yeah. I mean, there's the iconic characters for sure, but I'm just talking about like those characters that you just like, you really like. That's what I mean by like one of his best characters.
I think you just really like this movie.
Well, yeah. But
yeah, I mean, that's why it's her number one favorite Samuel Jackson movie and performance.
But I can honestly say, watching it as a younger, I watched it for her. I watched it for the empowering female character. And he was just like, a great little side character. But when I watched it last night, like he stood out to me even more. So it was like he added to the movie itself
definitely
being great.
Definitely. But like I said, when you say like I hate to, it's like Denzel, like they are them, but they're just doing different things for the movie, but they're still them. Like he's them, the same guy he was in Die Hard with a Vengeance. It's like he's the same guy, but he just does something different for the movie.
Bring a little something to that character.
But it's like he's so good at being a side character, he's damn near a main character.
He really stands out from just being the side character.
Yeah.
So what were we about to say, Josh?
I mean, it's funny, is like, even though he's a side character like this or Die Hard, he holds his own back those days. So it's kind of like he's a side character, but it's almost the same amount for me, especially watching in this and Long Kiss Goodnight. Because it's been since I didn't see this movie since I was in elementary school, but I didn't know what the hell this movie was about. But I remember certain parts where she's all, chefs do that, and did she like kill the dude? Did she like snap his neck and lick his blood or something? Like
it was like the pie, because she cracked it with the pie. So
I just remember certain parts that stood out to me as a kid, but I had no idea what the hell was going on. So I watched it earlier today for like the first time in years. And really enjoy it because I do like Samuel Jackson, Gina Davis. It's cool seeing her be a badass because I have never seen her do this kind of character in any other movie, and it's convincing. And the guy that made it, he did movies like Deep Blue Sea, Die Hard 2, so Nightmare on Elm Street 4. So I'll say he knows how to make very entertaining films.
Very different films too. I was looking at his filmography too. I was like, wow, he did these different movies. So
Yeah, Rennie Harlan, I believe. And
Yeah.
that's his wife right here.
You know
Oh,
what?
they're married?
Yeah, they were when they made this film. I don't know if they were still married.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I've never seen Deep Through Blue Sea all the way through. Like I told you, it was ruined for me at the time, so I never even gave a fuck about watching
Really?
Mm.
it.
I didn't know that. I thought you'd seen it. I didn't know you didn't finish it.
Yeah, it was overhyped to the point where I didn't want to see it anymore.
Are you talking about the Samuel Jackson scene was ruined for you?
No,
Just the movie?
it was the hype around it.
Oh,
Like I
okay.
said, people were quoting the songs and doing all this extra shit, and I was just like, how do you want to see this shit no more? Like,
Yeah. You're like, I don't even
I want to say I
care.
was started watching it, but then I didn't care. Like it was so overhyped, I didn't care.
Mm.
I want to see it still, though.
Mm.
Maybe one day.
That'll be our next movie. You know,
The
next
Deep
Samuel
Blue Sea.
Jackson. Hey, I'll
Well,
watch that anytime.
We can do it.
Yeah. What I will say about this movie is because I was younger and I used to watch this movie all the time, it was a lot I didn't understand of what was going on. I just watched it because of the action and, you know, all of the stuff that was happening in it. So watching it, I'd seen it not too long ago, but yesterday I really paid attention to it and really followed the story. So I was like, I really understood it now compared to when I was little. I just watched it for all the fun action stuff and her badassery. But the one thing I did question was the candle at the end. Because you know how she gave her little girl the candle to light her way back home, but then she was kidnapped and taken to this place, but then the candle was in the window. That was.
But you know, it's funny. She gave so many things before she went away. Like when she was like, wrote the phone number on the cast, I was like, okay, that's how they're gonna call her. And then she was like, put the thing on the teddy bear. I was like, they're gonna be looking for that key. So I was trying to pay attention to everything in that one scene. I forgot about the candle part.
Yeah. But it was like all of a sudden the candle was in this like remote place that they kidnapped the little girl to. The candle was there, but he kidnapped her from church. So like didn't trip off of that part before.
He allowed her to light a candle.
Yeah, like I said, I was a kid. I didn't trip off of stuff like that. But I don't know what to ask about like scenes from the movie or what you want to talk about the movie. Like what?
Oh, okay. So I was, I want to say I was a little thrown by Samuel Jackson's like whole the job thing, like, cause she was saying like she was trying to get somebody to find her past, but then when he was investigating it, it just seemed weird. Like, cause he's like bingo, and then he's like, we're gonna travel to find who you are. The whole thing just seemed weird.
Yeah, wasn't he gonna try to like scam her like he did that one dude? That's where's one I get confused. I don't know if this was you're talking about, Lamar, how they met up with the person, like his partner told him about this one girl that basically like saying she had two identities. Yeah. And it seems he was about to like scam her like he did the guy at the beginning. Say we're gonna arrest the institution. Like, did I miss I don't know if I missed something of why he decided.
No, that's what I'm talking about, Josh. Cause he was like, cause she was like, I found this old lady who knew who she was, and he was like, bingo, come and tell her we need more cash.
Yeah,
I was like, so is he scamming her or is he really trying to help her? I was lost as fuck. Like I don't know.
Yeah, because it seemed like he was going to, because like what he did with the person at the beginning, for pretending to be a cop, even though he's an ex-cop. Yeah, that's where I was kind of like, so what made him kind of decide to say, oh shit, I'm gonna help this person now, instead of like trying to like pull one over on her like he usually does, since he said he'd never done a good thing in his life.
I got the sense that he was both shady but also trying to have like this this business of like being a private investigator. So I think he did the shady stuff to kind of make ends meet, but also was doing legit work at the same time. That's what I kind of got from it. So, and then she said that she was hiring all of these different types of PIs to try to help her. Yeah, it just so happened that the shady one is the one that actually got further than the more expensive ones.
Yeah, I can see that. I just, maybe the film could have done that a little bit better by explaining.
Yeah, I didn't even trip off of that. It was kind of all over the place about him being like shady, but also helping her out like legitly.
Yeah, it just
So
kind of threw me off because he was like, when she gave him the information, he was like, "Bingo, call her and tell her we need some more cash." And it's like,
mhm.
what? Like,
Yeah.
are you selling her the information? What is going on? Like, I
Yeah,
was lost.
when
in
I
the
was
sauce.
watching it, I was thinking like, okay, maybe there's gonna be a time where he's gonna change his mind and help her. But from the beginning, he helped her right away. So like
Yeah,
that, and I said it's been a long time since I've seen this, so I didn't know what Samuel Jackson's relationship was with her. I just knew that they both got fucked up at times and then started fucking up other people.
Mhm.
Like I said, I think I might have been in fourth grade when I saw. I don't know, fourth grade, fifth grade. I don't know. Like,
Oh, yeah, you were a baby.
I was very young. I saw this at my grandpa's house in Fairfield. So this was before I started middle school, way
Mhm.
before. And I've seen parts here and there growing up, but I never really paid close attention to it.
Yeah, this came out in 96. So I was a
Uh,
teenager when it came out.
yeah, I was like 12, 13, 13.
Yeah. So
I didn't
mhm.
care about. I didn't care about serious movies like that back then.
It wasn't serious. It was action. It was
but
an
I mean,
action
I
movie.
think this is a serious movie because when I was as a kid, I'm thinking like this is a serious movie.
yeah.
They're kidnapping the
Really?
kid. You know, Samuel Jackson. I never seen Samuel Jackson get shot, so I was scared. I was like, oh my god!
I think honestly, I don't want to say I was in the serious movies. I think there was a lot of movies going on around that time. Like I don't know. And then you got Tupac 9. Like it was a lot of shit going on when I was
Yeah.
13.
Compared to now, it wasn't movies coming out like that compared to now. Now it's
Did,
overwhelming.
was this in theaters or went to Blockbuster?
I
No,
think it was in theaters, yeah.
yeah, it flopped. It was a box office flop
What else? Damn. What else came out around this time?
at '96.
Yeah, name a big movie from that time.
Oh, I would have to look it up. I'm not too sure exactly when.
Shit.
Dragonheart.
Give me something real.
It was the first thing that came to
No, like I like that movie Dragonheart, but that I'm pretty sure that bombed at the box office too.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Don't have to worry about it. Stick to Harry Potter.
I got a movie for you that came out that year.
What?
Romeo and Juliet.
It seems like this year is
Leo?
not that good. Yeah, '96 was a good year for movies.
It wasn't cool to watch those type of movies in public back then.
I think the biggest movie that year was Scream.
Oh yeah,
that was Scream?
yeah. That was the biggest movie of that year.
Scream was in 96, so I would say that was the biggest movie that year.
Yeah.
So maybe that overshadowed this.
I don't know, because I mean, I don't know what time of the year it came out, but
Yeah.
that was, looking at that year, that was the biggest blockbuster of that year.
Yeah.
But you also had other stuff like Primal Fear, I saw on there, Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Like I said, Romeo and Juliet. There was
There you
A
go.
Time to
Give me
Kill.
the black movies.
A Time
Give
to
me the
Kill?
black movies.
A Time to Kill came out that year too.
Yeah, A Time to Kill. A Thin Line. Give me the
Okay.
black movies.
You said big movies. A lot of the black movies weren't big movies that year.
Well, black movies are big movies.
According to Lamar, we got to say the big black movies.
Yeah. Give me the big blacks.
Which
I was looking for the
I
big black
guess
movies.
None.
Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Would you call that a big black movie?
Hell yeah.
The black
All right, then there's one.
That is a cult classic.
But damn it, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't compare the amount of movies coming out as a lot compared to, especially now. Now it's too much. Like
Yeah.
it's way too much content now. But
Because
but also we were younger, so it was like,
yeah.
you know,
I
mindful.
just
Yeah.
I don't even remember this movie coming out like ever.
Mhm.
Ever. That's weird. Like, and then I can't say if I was a Samuel Jackson fan by then because I don't know. I don't remember what movies came out before that.
Yeah, that's
But-
where Charlie Baltimore got her rap name.
I don't give a shit. But I'm saying, he must have in the commercials. He must not have been promoted in the commercials heavy. It must have been heavily her.
I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't know how it was promoted when it came out.
Yeah.
And it could have just been a blockbuster day, like going out and me seeing the case, like, oh, I want to check this out because these people are in it. So I honestly couldn't tell. I just know I watched it a lot.
Yeah, I'm wondering what, like, I know Pulp Fiction was Samuel Jackson's big movie, but like, I wonder what was his like first. I don't know if that was his first blockbuster film or what film it was to maybe like, hey, we got to promote Samuel Jackson.
But you said A Time to Kill came out the same year, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is completely two different characters he played.
2 different movies for sure.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That is two totally different movies.
I
that he
mean,
played.
there's like, I mean, I get what you're saying, Lamar. Like Samuel Jackson does play similar characters, but there's a little bit of a difference in each movie.
Yeah,
That's the reason why I personally prefer like him in Die Hard with a Vengeance or Pulp Fiction compared to other characters. Even though he's great in every movie he's in, even if it's a small role, he still can be the best part of the movie.
Right,
You know?
right.
So
He does a
my
lot
number,
with his part. He does a lot with his part, like Coming to America. He does a lot with what he does.
yeah, and shit, man, he's fucking what's called Nick Fury in the Marvel films. He's like the first first black character in Marvel films.
He just collects that check. He don't do shit in those.
He don't need to. He don't need to.
Exactly. He don't do a damn thing.
It's like, oh shit, it's Samuel Jackson. 2 minutes.
So between this movie and Pulp Fiction, he had 10 movies in between.
Where's the end in the beginning?
Yeah, like what's year to year?
94 to 96.
No, I'm saying starting from Pulp Fiction to this movie.
Yeah, there was 10 movies in between that 2-year period. Kiss of
So I
Death.
was already a fan of it.
Hmm?
I was already a Samuel L. Jackson fan. How did I not hear about this movie?
Kiss of Death, Die Hard, The Great White Hype, A Time to Kill. Those all came out in between Pulp Fiction and Long Kiss Goodnight. So
That's crazy.
maybe you said, "Oh, lead white woman. I don't want to see this shit."
Yeah.
No, I just said it just must not have been promoted. I'd never heard of it. I had never heard of it.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you. And I mean, maybe it did go to the theaters. Maybe it wasn't that long. Like Josh said, it was a flop, so it was probably there briefly,
Right.
and then went straight to video shortly after. So
And this was around the time of the $2 movies, so I had a good chance of watching it.
yeah, but this is one of those ones where they consider it a cult classic. Like it wasn't popular when it came out, but over the years there was things about it that made it popular. Right. So, and he even quoted this movie as being in his top 5, as well as the character.
Every time you remind us of that every time, Tasha. We get it because it was
me and Sam Jackson are here. We here. I was saying this for the people. Watching.
No, they heard it 4 times already.
I will keep saying it too. But yeah, like I said, Charlie Baltimore, you say you don't give a shit about her, but I don't care. She's a rapper that took the name from this movie. I don't know what else came from this movie that was quotable.
She took the name and the hair, huh? That's crazy.
Did she have blonde hair? I thought it was red. I thought her hair was short and red.
I'm gonna say it was blonde.
I don't remember.
I could be absolutely wrong. You'll correct me. I'm gonna say it's
blonde. Find a picture of her. Like,
yep.
But a few of the things he said, like one of the things he said in there, I find myself saying it in the very beginning when he was holding the guy up with the bums, like he brought them on to be like cops, and he said, when you make an assumption, you make an ass out of you an umption.
I was dying. I was like, what? You make an ass out of you and umption. I was like, he is stupid.
And then when he sings the da 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 da, when I'm looking for something or I'm doing something, I start singing that in my head. So those things stuck with me. But there was a lot of things he said in this movie that were hilarious. And when
his theory for singing a song to remember things made absolutely no sense.
Because then he was saying what he was doing.
Yeah.
He wasn't saying stuff to remember. He was just saying what he was doing. But when he said he was putting his gun away, and he said he wasn't going to put it in his pants because he didn't want to shoot his dick off, and she was like, "Oh, so you're a sharpshooter now?" There's so many things in this movie that had me cracking up. But did you predict certain things? Like, did you think that guy was her kid's father?
Yeah, I predicted that, and then it's funny because you know the white guy that was the mission. He's never good in a movie. I was like,
that was like a red flag immediately.
Wait, are you talking about the main bad guy?
Yeah,
the one that was on the farm. The one that was on the farm.
Yeah, on the farm.
Wait, what?
The one that's always like an asshole in every movie.
He's never good at a movie. He's never good.
Wait,
You know when they went to the farm and he was like, "That's that's not her fiance. That's a target." She was.
Yeah.
is that the one that was torturing her on the wheel? In
Yeah.
the water?
Yeah.
No, what are you talking about? He's always good in this movie. You tripping, man. He's always like.
In what movie is he a good guy?
Oh, okay. You're saying he's not a good guy.
Oh no, I'm not saying he's a bad
Okay.
actor.
Oh. I was like, did I get it wrong? Was he a good guy?
I know one.
Yeah,
one
I was
movie.
like, what?
One movie, he's a good guy. I mean, he's
What?
kind of an asshole, but he's a good guy.
He
Bait,
comes.
Fox.
In Bait? No, the fuck he isn't.
He's a good guy. I mean, he's not the bad guy.
He sent
He's an
Jamie
asshole.
Foxx
He's
to
always an
die.
asshole.
Well, yeah, of course. He just has that look. He's always an asshole or a
He
jerk.
sent Jamie Foxx to die. He ain't shit.
Fine. I mean, what movie is somebody? What movie is somebody? Any actor is 100% innocent. All right.
No, he's always like fucked up in the heart. Like the only movie he ended up being good in was The Negotiator.
Wait, I thought
He was doing his job. He was doing his job.
All the way.
Being an
at
asshole,
the
you know,
end.
you're supposed to know this man. Isn't he one of the guys that thought, what's it called? Samuel Jackson was guilty.
Yeah, and he wanted to
That's
kill
an
him.
asshole. See, that's an
But
asshole.
he wanted
Why
to
not?
kill him. He didn't want to arrest him. He wanted him dead.
And
Samuel
then
Jackson.
realized later, like, oh shit, I was wrong.
Yeah.
It was bad. Like, that's still bad. He still did that. If you're saying he's bad in Bait, then he's just as bad as a negotiator than he is in Bait. And that's the
He's
person
bad
that's
as Bait.
supposed to be your friend.
Jamie Foxx accidentally survived. That does not make him good. He said he's Bait. And he said when the guy comes out, well, you know what happens to Bait. He knew he was gonna die. He didn't give a fuck.
Hey, he was doing his job. He was doing his job. All right. He's not
That ain't his job.
Anyway, like you were saying, once you saw him, you knew it was all bad.
Yeah, with him, yeah.
Mhm. And then the guy that was her baby daddy, you predicted that, or was that kind of like, oh shit?
I thought it was the blonde hair guy until I saw he was bad, and I was like, oh, it's kind of like a process of elimination. Like, oh, okay, it's that guy. So it wasn't like I knew off top. Like since I saw him, like, oh yeah, he's a dad. Like, nah, it was like a. But he didn't give a shit about being the dad.
He's like, can I see your fucking eyes?
He didn't give a. He
You're
said,
a
"Can you
little
bring
bitch
my
in
little
here."
bitch in here?" I was like, "Yeah." He didn't give a fuck. Like, you gonna kill your child? You don't give a shit.
Wait, how many people did she sleep with? If that's supposed to be him, or do you think she said that just to fuck with him, or was it
No,
actually?
No, that was the dad.
Because
That was bad.
remember when she had the flashback to being in the trunk of the car and he was talking to the guy whose eye she took out? He was like, don't try to play doctor because I did that once and I almost was killed.
Yeah.
So that kind of let you know right there that they slept together.
Damn, he got around. Okay.
Got around. It was the only guy they talked about her sleeping with.
I thought she also slept with the other guy from the farm, David Morris or whatever. Or that was
she was studying him because she was sent to kill him.
So
okay.
what happened was he knew about it. So he knew she had memory loss. So he played on that.
Yeah.
That's why he was like, Charlie, oh my God, I'm happy to see you. He was like putting it on the show.
Yeah. Yeah. No, she was like thinking that they dated because of all the things that she knew. But the guy was like, no, she knows those things because she studied him because he was a target. She was engaged to kill him, like not to marry him. So.
Engaged, kill him.
Yeah. Were you shocked to see him, Josh? Brian Cox?
No, I knew he was in there.
Was
I just forgot what his role. I forgot what his role was. And there's one scene that stuck out to me as a kid. I was like, why the fuck is he saying that? When he's all like, this is a picture of a man's genitals. He's all, that's a duck, not a dick. And I was like, as a kid, I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? And now I get it.
I think it was pretty fucked up. They killed the old guy. Like they just killed him instantly. The one that was trying to help her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they knew who he was.
Yeah, but they seem to be torturing. There's one girl they want to kill. They have so many times, just like a movie, so many times to kill her that like, nah, I just want to monologue and then suffocate her. But let me do more monologuing. And then
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do because I'm a villain.
That's where it's like in Austin Powers. I'm going to leave them in a very easy escape and assume everything goes according to plan.
We need to rewatch Austin Powers, even though I watched that movie about 30 times.
First one? You talking about the first one?
Yes.
I
I
haven't seen
fucking
the first
love
one in
that
so
movie.
long.
Yeah, first and second one are really good. The third one's all right.
Yeah, there's a person in there that just shouldn't have been in there.
Yeah, I know. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Shout out to our number one fans.
Our number one fan,
Number one
fan
commenter.
of. Damn it, what was I gonna say? What else do you want to say about this movie? I just wrote down like certain things that they said in the movie that I thought was funny.
I like how she threatened the kid. In the scene you're holding, the scene you got right there, Tasha, when she's
little boy that was
like,
smoking.
Tell everybody you see me, I'm gonna blow your fucking head off. One scene I didn't like was her coming back to life after she died. I didn't like that.
Coming back to life after she died. She didn't die.
She was laying there with her eyes open, and her daughter was beating her like.
At the end. Oh. She was like damn near at death, and then just got up and was able to do all the stuff.
No, she was dead. She was laying there with her eyes open. She said, "Get up! You're not dead. A whole bunch of words you can't understand."
How was this kid actor for you, Lamar?
That kid annoyed me when I was younger.
She was all right.
That little girl got on my nerves when I was younger watching this movie.
She was all right. She pissed me off when she ran back to her though. She was supposed to be dead. She was like, run away, and she turned around and ran back. I was like, you gonna die. She told you to get the fuck out of there. She was all right.
That's her. And what was Gina Davis's character's real name? Like was it Amanda or what's her name?
It was Charlie Baltimore. Charlene Baltimore.
Okay, Charlene Baltimore. Okay.
Yeah, that was her real name, and then her amnesia name was Samantha Kane.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
At any point in watching this movie, did you guys think her husband was in on anything?
Nah, because I mean, as a kid, I wasn't really paying attention to like that, but I knew the husband was like the good person.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's certain parts that stuck out to me. Like I knew Samuel Jackson survives at the end and was on Larry King. But I don't remember the whole thing of them being trapped in the little cold room where they're gonna be frozen to death. Or
Frank and Ernest.
Yeah.
Yes, I was about to say that. That joke was corny.
It was so bad.
Larry King didn't even laugh. Larry King didn't laugh at first, and he just started laughing because Samuel Jackson.
Call me Frank in Chicago.
Ernest in New York. It was so bad. But that would have been a good twist, because I did at one point think, I was like, you know what? They just didn't show the boyfriend. I thought they were husband and wife, but they were just dating. They didn't show him for a good amount of time. So now that you say that could have been a good twist that they could have, because you forget about him.
Yeah. And they made him seem like he was somebody super important. Was he like a mayor or something?
I thought he was, no, because she was a teacher. What was he?
Because they're on the float. They're on the float in the city, and she's on the news and shit. I was like, is he somebody important?
Was he in the float with her? I thought she was next to that old man, the one that died in the car accident. I thought he was playing Santa.
Oh, yeah. The old perv.
The one that grabbed her boob and then caused the accident.
Yeah.
Assume that he is like maybe on the council or something, or maybe is the mayor. I don't know, but like they do have like a lot of people know, like, how do I say it? Like maybe they both do like charity or whatever. I don't know, because a lot of people were there having a Christmas party.
Yeah,
so
it's like
he was somebody.
Like how do you got all this fucking money?
Yeah, but you know what? I've seen other movies where they do that, where the boyfriend is the actual, like,
That's
and they
what I
try
was
to make, like,
asking.
yeah, they try to make like this big reveal. Sometimes I'm like, nope, I knew it was them. But
Yeah.
this one, yeah, it would have been good because, yeah, where was he when the daughter got kidnapped? I mean, where
Yeah.
was he all this time?
Yeah. There was no sense of like urgency on his, like showing him like freaking out, like not knowing where she was at. It was just like he didn't exist for a long period.
Yeah,
of
for
time.
real.
And then
Like,
in the beginning, didn't he say he had daughters? Or did I mishear him? When they were walking, she said something about you have to take care of all four of them. Safi, the girls.
Oh no, it was something about the nativity thing that they were doing later. I guess he
Oh,
was
okay.
he was
Okay.
running it or something.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no daughters.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, I don't know what his job was or who he was in the community. I'm not sure about that. I didn't pick up on that.
And she named it. And she named the teddy bear the guy's name, right?
Like her boss, like the guy that she took orders from, Mr. Perkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah, it was because the daughter said she named him.
Yeah, she was like, "This is Miss Perkins. My mom named him. She has amnesia." I was like, all three of those fucking lines made no sense.
Probably a name that was just in her head, like, no, we'll call him Mr.
But
Perkins.
all three of those were unnecessary to say at that moment. This
She's
is
a
my
kid,
bear.
Lamar.
This is my bear, Mr. Perkins. My mom has amnesia. Like, what? What the fuck? That was random as fuck.
yeah.
Oh, I want to ask you guys. So, when she got in the car accident, right? She flew out the car. Did you guys see like this little tracker laying next to her?
Mm-mm.
It's
No,
certain
that was
shit
her
I saw
earring. That was her earring.
It was like blinking, like red and green.
That was her earrings. Because in the car, you could see her earrings were blinking. And so when she fell out the car, you could see it in the snow blinking.
I thought there was like a tracker in her head or some random shit.
Oh no. That would have came out later, but no, that was her earring.
That was fortunate that or unfortunate for her that the prisoner that she took the eye out was watching the news at the same time.
Right at that very moment.
His very own little
Convenient?
Convenient? Yeah, convenient.
And then,
really convenience.
And then she lived in Jersey and he was at a Jersey correctional facility.
Yeah. But he's like a big bad murderer.
Yeah.
And he easily got out like within a day or whatever.
He
and got artillery. I want to ask too, did the old guy die in the car? Because he was on fire. She just looked back and laid down with the dead deer.
I assume so, but that didn't come up in the news either. So like, oh, Santa and his wife were in a bad car accident today.
That was it.
Yeah. He saw him roasting, was like, nope, these nuts roasting up in fire.
I was like, God damn, you gonna close it? No, we ain't closing no loops in this. They are not important. Okay, but besides this and Beetlejuice, what else was she in? Because I recognize her like vividly, but I can't remember what else. I
was thinking the exact same thing. What other big movies is she in?
Besides Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't name. I mean, Stuart Little don't count.
A League of Their Own.
Yeah, League of Their Own.
Yeah, League of Their Own.
Probably like a bunch of them I just can't name right now.
Yeah.
Anelia's down there typing like a motherfucker right now because she's Googling the movies.
She's
gonna type them like she knew it already.
Oh, Thelma and Louise. That's her other big movie. It's something about her that doesn't like, who she is, her name, her face, but her movies don't come to you that quickly like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, like I said, I think she's a good actress, but like she never was somebody I paid that much close attention to. I was like, oh, she's from League of Their Own. Oh, she's from Beetlejuice. But nothing, you ain't no Julia Roberts where you can just name a bunch of movies.
Yeah, I think her catalog's much bigger though.
I can't name a
bunch. Well, yeah, of course, yeah. But the reason why I'm saying that is because like there was a time where it was like I only know who Julia Roberts, Gina Davis, Sandra Bullock. Like there was only a few actresses I knew at the time growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Always stood out to me because I knew a lot of films they were in during the time I was growing up.
Yeah, and she didn't have things coming out that consistently. Like she would have something like pop up here and there. So you weren't seeing her all the time. So I think that played a part in it too. But
I know dad and mom, you know, I know dad likes Julia Roberts. I know mom thinks she's okay. And there was a lot of movies they used to watch with her in it.
mm-hmm.
That I knew about her.
Mm-hmm.
But League of Their Own came on all the time back in the day.
Yeah.
It would always come on at when I go to dad's house, it would be on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny because even when you think of League of Their Own, she's not the first. Like you think Rosie O'Donnell and like
Madonna.
yeah, you know everything. Her, and she's like the main character on the shit.
Right. Yeah. And Thelma and Louise, I used to watch that all the time when I was little. The stuff I watched when I was little was just like really out there. Like to be a little girl watching like these serious ass movies. But Thelma and Louise was shit when I was like
I've only seen that
11, 12 years old.
I have never seen it. I've seen parts of it, but never seen it all the way through.
Next movie? No, just kidding.
I'm down. I haven't seen it, so whenever you want to, I'm down.
Anything else about this movie you want to talk about before we close it out and give our ratings?
That's about it. My damn letterbox ain't working, so I can't find my rating, so I can make one up on the spot.
Well, I gave it 4 stars.
I want to say I gave it 3. I want to say that, but I'm not sure.
The rating I have, thinking about it, it's also let it soak in for a bit. I'll say 3.5 stars because I did like. I think the action still, for the most part, was cool, except for the part where Samuel Jackson's chair blew back. I was like, okay, I gotta. I'll let it slide.
How about how she laced up her ice skates so damn quick to get across the ice skating pond and shoot up the car?
Fuck. Fast as fuck.
It's not easy tying them things up too, especially secure enough to ice skate. But she did that shit. So.
Oh my god, that was fast.
Yeah. That's the thing with action movies. Like you don't you recognize it, you see it, but you don't hold it against the movie because it's like, I mean, it's not realistic to begin with anyway. So
yeah.
I kind of there's some things I just go with like okay, but then there's other parts where it's like okay, that was ridiculous. It does ruin the movie for me. I'm like, okay, you got to call it out. Like, all right, man. I know we're supposed to like our disbelief, whatever, but that just looked hella funny.
I mean, because you could kind of call out the whole scene with her filling the fucking doll with gasoline and then digging a hole under the fucking freezer and then sparking it, and then the daughter conveniently has a book of matches inside of her gas.
Well, the candle was there too, remember? You had to light the candle somehow.
Yeah, I had these to light the candles. I'm like, why didn't you fucking tell me you had that? I'm wasting my energy doing this.
You didn't know what she was doing? She did say, give me a spark. I mean,
yeah.
She did a clue right there.
The convenience of that is, that was a bit much.
Yeah, but
this is a fun action movie that had like,
that's all it is. You can't judge it too hard.
But like, what helps it like to watch it is Samuel Jackson. Mostly Samuel Jackson and Gina Davis are good together. So if you put anybody else in this film, I don't know if I would have like was into it as much as I was.
Honestly, you could replace Gina Davis.
Yeah.
Samuel, not necessarily.
I don't know. Like Gina Davis, like okay, she as far as like how like they always talk about like going back to Sigourney Weaver to being like or Jamie Curtis, not Jamie Curtis, Linda Hamilton to be like the badass female characters. But this one, nobody ever mentions this one.
It's because that's what it is. It's because, like I said about the other new Samuel Jackson movie, they come out with one of these every fucking year. Every year there's one of these.
Oh yeah. But like for some reason, I always liked Gina Davis. I always thought she like I was convinced that she was who the person she was. And every time they bring out all these other characters, I just don't really care for them.
Okay, so with Gina Davis, could you replace her with Sandra Bullock? Do you think it would be the same movie?
I
What
don't
Nah,
about
know.
what about
nah,
Angelina
I don't
Jolie?
buy Sandra Bullock as an act. Like, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen her in an action star, but like, I just don't see her as that. I don't know.
Oh, wait, I need to know. Sandra Bullock is the Michael Jackson looking one, right? Is that her?
Sandra Bullock is the actress with the cleft in her chin. Yes.
That look like Michael Jackson. I could see
Who
her
would
doing
I?
this.
I can see her doing this, but I don't see her being convincing as a badass.
What other names did you just said another name? You said Sigourney
I
Weaver.
said Angelina Jolie.
You said another name before that. I don't see Angelina Jolie doing it either.
Sandra,
What?
I
Mm-mm.
don't see it either. Yeah.
What other name? You said another. You said Sigourney Weaver, and then you said another name,
Lyndall
I said-
Hamilton.
and then another name because it wasn't Linda Hamilton. It was somebody else. And
Jamie Lee Curtis.
yeah, I kind of picture her kind of doing it.
Mm.
But
Every
it's
woman I
just
named
it's
has
something about because Gina Davis she's not an ugly woman, but she's not sexy in the in a sense where Angelina Jolie is. That's why I can't see her doing this role.
but Gina Davis is a sexy
No.
woman.
I think she's pretty,
Yeah,
but like I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. Gina Davis always looked attractive in a very not a very, but like kind of an awkward way.
she's
like,
not your typical like beauty. She's got like
Yeah.
a unique look to her. That like I said,
Like-
she's not ugly, but she's got a
Like
unique.
Angelina Jolie.
No, I think she's got more sex appeal.
Yeah, Angelina got more.
That's because they made it that way. But I'm saying they have the same features.
Well, if they made it that way, you can't help but look at it that way. So therefore, I can't see
Well,
her.
if you put her in this movie, it would be the same thing.
I think
But
Gina Davis.
same thing with Jamie Lee Curtis. I feel the same way about how she looks too, where she's not an ugly woman, but she's got a unique prettiness about her. So that's why I could see her doing it.
I want to say like she doesn't look too Hollywood pretty or whatever. Like looks to me, Gina Davis and Jamie Lee Curtis do have like that quality where they look like somebody you see walking down the street instead of like
Like an average beauty.
beauty.
Average,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, normal beauty, not special
Yeah.
effects.
Which you
But
can
I
say
mean,
the same
I'm
thing
just
about
saying-
Sandra Bullock, but I can't see her doing this role either.
Yeah, but
Okay,
I think Gina Davis is a better actress than like Sandra Bullock and Angelina Jolie. So that's why I think she has the look and she has
And
like
acting chops.
and acting chops. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so this is what I'm saying about replaceable.
Hmm.
All the quotes we do are from Samuel L. Jackson. The only quote you guys do on hers is the chef thing, and I don't even think that quote is funny.
He's not there to make quotes. He's there for the action.
Yeah.
I'm
He was just saying that's what he
Great one.
remembers from it. But
I'm
no,
saying,
like,
I'm talking about
Yeah,
memorable
exactly.
characters. I'm
that's
talking
why
about,
you're saying anybody else could play her because
Anybody
there's
else
nothing
could have
about
done
her
it.
that
yes.
I see what you're saying.
But if Samuel Jackson wasn't there
You could have got more Fishburne. No, I'm just kidding.
nah, it wouldn't have been the same.
That's not the same.
Nah.
Yeah, Will Smith.
If you're talking about like memorable quotes, you can't replace Samuel Jackson in any movie because
Yeah.
once Samuel Jackson plays it, that's Samuel Jackson.
But that's what I'm saying. So for this movie, you could replace her. You
That's
couldn't
true.
replace Samuel Jackson.
I'm more so thinking about the image than anything else. That's why it's messing me up trying to put somebody else in it. But when you put it
Yeah,
that way,
Blonde hair.
I'm talking about like if you did replace her with somebody else, I don't know if I would have been convinced or like bought her character and would make me like, all right, I'm not really feeling this. I'm talking about as far as Samuel Jackson and Gina Davis playing the characters they were, portraying, and acting both of them.
I would say she was convincing when she was the mom who didn't know who she was. Then when she did the blonde hair thing, I wasn't convinced that she was the person she was trying to be. It seemed like she was trying to be this tough skinned motherfucker. Like she was trying to do it.
mhm.
It didn't flow naturally.
Yeah, she's not as bad as what's her name, Charlize Theron in Atomic Blonde. That's convincing.
I haven't seen that.
I'm just kidding. I don't really care about that.
Charlize, maybe.
Nah.
You don't see her in this role?
You know what? Now that Atomic Blonde, I do see her because she was really good in Mad Max Fury Road.
I could see her doing this role.
Yeah, I can see Charlie's doing it too.
Yeah, have anybody seen that movie?
Mad Max?
Mad Max.
Road. Yeah, like she has like she shaved her head.
Mhm.
She does play somebody who's a badass and convincing. Where
Charlize has range.
Long hair.
Charlize has range.
Yeah.
Sometimes she does. Sometimes I think she kind of falls a little bit flat in her roles. Sometimes
That might be, but she still has range. She does different roles. She has different roles. She's played many different roles, so
that doesn't mean she's good in them.
I didn't say that. I just said she has range in what she does. But yeah. Okay, so that's the end of that. So this is the end of our Long Kiss Goodnight discussion. Next we're gonna be doing
I thought we already passed.
Josh, damn it, and I gotta do it again. That's the end of our Long Kiss Goodnight discussion. Next we're doing Body Snatchers.
Did we end it like 30 minutes ago? Did we end it?
We did, but we didn't say what the next movie was.
Oh.
I thought it was almost an hour ago.
Yeah, it was hella long.
Oh my God, you guys ruin everything.